we have the most magnificent Harley Davidson today. They stopped manufacturing the V-Rod. This particular model, the Night Rod, 1,250 cc's, pure brute force V-twin motor, designed and engineered by none other than Porsche. That's correct, Porsche, the people known for the Carrera GT, the 918, and the GT2 RS and GT3 RS, Nürburgring killers. And here we have on our channel one of the most magnificent V-Rods to date. Completely customized. What we've done was upgrade the rear rim to a 330 wide rear tire from the standard 240. This in itself is a big feat. It's unbelievable. The way that this bike has been designed. Let me show you something that you've never seen before. This is a custom swing arm with our Supercar Advocates logo. It's embossed in that. Look at that. It's unbelievable. It's the cleanest installation, the cleanest customization I've seen on a Night Rod. Not because we're biased, because it's ours, but because it is just clean. Everything follows the same lines as a standard issue motorcycle, the Night Rod. They stopped manufacturing these in 2016. October 2016 was the last production, and this here is from the last production line. Right now you cannot buy these bikes. They've soared up in value. They keep climbing in price. Right now they're worth over 35,000 for a standard bike. Customized bikes are selling for 45 to 60 grand depending on how custom they are. You can't get them. A lot of people are paying premiums for them because they're a last of a kind. They're pretty much a hybrid in between a Harley Davidson cruiser like a Softail and a sports bike. You've got this bike that's just there, that sits in between, sounds amazing, performs insanely perfect. I'm talking about a 9,000 RPM redline. That's where it starts. A standard Harley Davidson starts at 6,000. This has 3,000 RPMs more. This has about 30 horsepower more than a standard V-twin 103 cubic inch Harley Davidson. But let me tell you, the specs are amazing. The look is even better. It just looks spectacular. And when you look at it, you just want to ride it. And the ride is just as comfortable as it looks. A few facts that you don't know about the Night Rod, or you may not know. This here, like other Harleys, is usually a gas tank. That's where the fuel goes. On this bike, it's an airbox. The gas tank is found underneath here. You open your seat, and here it is. That's the lid. Another cool upgrade. The bike looks so low right now whilst it's parked. It's only because the suspension is on the lowest mode. It's got air suspension, optional extra, about $3,000. And you can raise the bike as high as you like that. Then you can quickly drop it to park it and make it look cool. We've got custom foot pegs up front on the forward control. We've got hand grips that have changed. Everything is absolutely wow. It retains much of the original goodies. But before we do anything, we better jump onto this and give this a review. It's all about the Night Rod. The sound, you gotta listen to this. Listen to her scream. Woo! Okay, on your weekends, what you need to be doing is jumping on a bike, taking it out for a nice stroll, down to the beaches, down the coastal run. And this is what life is about. Riding on a bike like the Harley Davidson Night Rod. The comfort level is okay. It's not too bad. You do sit a lot far forward compared to a normal Harley Davidson on a Softail or Dyna, but you have so much control. I like this sitting position because my feet are very close to the pedal. Everything is very close. I'm not sitting too far back, or I'm not that laid back. It's really, really good overall. But the speed, oh my God, let me tell you, the speed on this thing is wow. For a Harley Davidson, it's quick. Really, really quick for a Harley. You gotta know, you gotta remember that Harley Davidson's only really built cruiser bikes. Not things like this. We can go sports bike / cruiser, cruise around in comfort and looking cool, looking like a wildcat, and it's very different. This is what life is about. Being on a Harley Davidson, enjoying every moment when you can. The supercars and hypercars are awesome, but they're very, very different to riding a bike. Driving a car, you get that comfort level, the capsule that you're inside the car, but being on the back of a Harley gives you the thrill. You feel the air pass you, you feel everything, you hear the sound, you feel the road a lot more. And with this bike, the suspension is pretty spot on. You don't feel so many road bumps as such. From the front, the feedback is really good on the front end. Up front we have twin 300mm brake discs with 4-piston Brembo calipers. At the rear we've got a single brake disc with a 2-piston Brembo caliper, so stopping power is absolutely spot on. It's what you want in a bike like this. It pretty much stops like a sports bike, a lot better than a standard Harley Davidson, a Softail, Dyna, Road King, the whole lot. This does stop a lot better. And you've got ABS brakes for safety, so anti-skid brakes, which is a pretty good system on these bikes, which they introduced in 2013. Overall, it's a magnificent piece of machinery, a lot of fun. You can ride around, and awesome comfort levels. Let me tell you, the comfort levels are great. But the speed, it's all about the speed and sound, and that jackhammering sound. The way it's, the sound, it's just like a jackhammer, like that, 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 that. You can hear it. Here, we'll give it a bit of boost. There you go, bit of throttle. You can hear the pops and crackles. Don't forget, we do have a optional exhaust system on this, so it's not the standard exhaust, it's a lot louder, but it sounds really, really pumping. One thing's for sure, with the 330 rear tyre, you can't corner as good as being on the 240 or 260. So cornering's out of the question if you want to do quick corners. But the lean angle on this bike is a lot better than any other Harley Davidson. You've got a lot more clearance everywhere. And overall, with that 330 tyre, I didn't tell you, but that 330 tyre is just as thick as the same tyre that you find on the rear of a Ferrari F40. Ferrari F40 has a 335 rear tyre, so only 5mm thicker than this. This is a 330. So it's like riding a hypercar tyre on the back of a bike, of a cruiser bike. That's what makes this unique and wild. Very different to what other people do. But the fun, the aspect, the sensations you get on a Night Rod, yeah, you really want to ride one a lot more than a Softail or Dyna. The experience is a lot greater. It's sportier, it's in between. I've got a bit of cruise, I've got the comfort, I've got the awesome V-twin sound, and I've got the knowledge knowing that this was designed by Porsche. The motor in this bike was designed by Porsche. A lot of the times you find a lot of the Harley Davidsons are sluggish in performance. They've got a lot of torque but no horsepower. This thing has 123 horsepower compared to the 80 horsepower that you find in other Harley Davidson V-twins. So you've got a lot more juice in this bike, a lot more speed. You can pull your throttle and can easily feel all that speed, and it just feels absolutely mind-boggling. This is why people love the Night Rod. It just looks so attractive. It's so modifiable, so you can actually modify this bike a lot more compared to all the other bikes that are out there that are available on the market. So if you get a soft tail, you really can't do too much to it. In order to do a lot of work, you've got to spend a lot of money to change it up a lot. Well, with this, all you have to do is change that rear swing arm, and you can put a 300 rear tire. You can even go up to a 280 rear tire on the standard swing arm and standard rim. It's pretty amazing. But you can see when you look at it right now how wide that rear tire looks. And you can see when I'm taking this corner, it's a bit hard because the bike wants to stand straight. It's like it wants to go for a drag race. That's all it wants to do on the rear tire. But it is absolutely perfection. You have to have one with a fat tire. You don't have to go as extreme as this bike, a 330. You can do a 300, that's more than enough. But this is just an amazing piece of motorcycle history. The Harley Davidson Night Rod will never be repeated by Harley Davidson. They did release the Street Rod, but that's more like a learner legal bike. This thing is something that they're never going to repeat again. Mark my words, it's one of a kind. They're amazing, and they've had their run, their fair share, and 2019 is coming up soon. Let's see what Harley Davidson brings us. Might be something really, really special. But this is awesome. Let me tell you, it is perfect.